Greetings, esteemed Black homeschooling parents. Baba Amin here, and I'm here to let you know that it's time to take charge of our children's education like never before. And I have exciting news for you. The Uhuru Academy online K 12 private school and homeschool partnership is here to change the game. And we're enrolling. Listen up. Our curriculum is proudly African centered, empowering young minds with knowledge that celebrates our rich heritage, our roots, and our greatness. Yes, you heard that right. We have students from all corners of the world, and our vision is to create a generation of leaders who are visionary, confident, and empowered. Black homeschooling parents, let's unite and give our children the gift of an education that fuels their pride, elevates their potential, and ignites their passion for greatness. Visit us at uhuruacademy.com to secure your child's position at the Uhuru Academy, the premier partner in empowering our leaders of tomorrow. Peace.
Here we go again, telling Black youth to stop the violence. But when are we going to stop the violence against Black youth? This country enslaved Black youth for 300 years, Jim Crow Black youth for 100 years after that, crack cocaine and mass incarcerated Black youth throughout the 80s and 90s, and decided it was okay for police and the neighborhood watch to murder them in the 2000s. Black youth are the most unappreciated group in America because while all of that was going on, Black youth fought in the Civil War, World War I, World War II, Korea, Vietnam, Iraq, and Afghanistan. Black youth led the Civil Rights Movement, Black Power Movement, the Million Man March, and Black Lives Matter. Black youth created the blues, jazz, rock, R&B, gospel, soul, and hip-hop. Where would the NCAA, NBA, MLB, and NFL be without Black youth? Incarcerating Black youth is so profitable that if they stopped going to jail, it would cripple the economy. Because even when Black youth fail, somebody makes some money. I hate to see Black youth killing each other, but powerful people go out of their way to make sure we can't teach them why they shouldn't kill each other. See, violence ain't Black culture. Violence is American culture. Stop the violence against Black youth. Baba Amin. It's been a minute. Right. I'm Baba Amin. And it's been a minute. You know what I'm saying? Yo, peace and power to everybody out there tonight. Welcome. Welcome to another episode of Fight the Algorithm with Baba Amin and Dr. Junichi Bomani. Let me bring my brother in here right quick. You know what I'm saying? Black man.
Black soldier, how you feeling?
And I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good. We
right.
Here, brother. We here. Another powerful episode of the Fight the Algorithm podcast, where we inform and empower our people to fight the algorithm. You know what I'm saying? To fight the societal norms, to fight the programming. You know that leads us to not fulfilling our full potential as a people, our full potential as a community. You know what I'm saying? So welcome. Welcome to Fight the Algorithm. What's on your mind, Dr. Junichi? How you feeling?
Man, you know I'm feeling fired up, ready to take on every obstacle, every challenge that stands between us and our liberation, man. Hey, I am excited about the phenomenal show that we had tonight, the topic that we digging into, the powerful family that we bringing on, and just visionary, just brilliance that we're going to be engaged with tonight.
And that's what I love about Fight the Algorithm, because not only do we highlight the issues, man, we bringing solutions and we bringing showing examples. There ain't no leadership. The best type of leadership is example. You know what I'm saying? And I'm excited that we got some examples coming on tonight, you know, to help deal with this issue that we're talking about. I want to shout out everybody that's watching right now. Fun Creations in the house, you know what I'm saying? You know, Sister Lucretia, you know, make sure you put the link how people can get in touch with Fun Creations. Fun Creations, man, she does a lot of gifts, like crafts and original cards and things like that. Get with Fun Creations. Make sure you put your link in the chat. My brother J.Ru Barchdale Equanese, what's up with it? He put the piece and the black fist up. You know what I'm
Black
man, when we moved out here to when we first moved to Columbia 4 years ago, that black man was on deck, you know what I'm saying, looking out for me, looking out for the family, showed me the city, the whole 9 yards. So shout out to my brother Equanese Shabazz in the house, aka J.Ru Barksdale. You know what I'm saying? What's up with you? You know, yo, it's some phenomenal black people out there doing some phenomenal things, you know what I'm saying, including the Uhuru Academy, y'all. If you have not joined our community at patreon.com/Uhuru Academy, make sure you do that tonight. Become a weekly donor, a monthly patron. You can be weekly too, you can be daily. I ain't tripping. Become a monthly donor of the Uhuru Academy, man. I ain't trying to hit you hard. Give me the black and mild money. Give me the extra pack of cookie money. You know what I'm saying? Send that to an African center school while bringing down your blood sugar at the same time. You know what I'm talking about? So, you know, had to put that up there, you know what I'm saying? Also, go to pipelinetopower.com, you know what I'm saying? Dr. Junichi Bomani, you know what I'm saying? A powerful initiative. Take the Pipeline Builder Pledge, right? Oh, I put the Cash App up. That must have been God, right? Because to the support the work as well, support the work. You got the Cash App $ Pipeline to Power, but also go to pipelinetopower.com today and take the pledge that you're gonna be a pipeline builder for our youth. You know what I'm saying? Nothing more powerful, right, than a community that makes the pledge, the commitment to be a pipelines to power for our young people. You know what I'm saying? Salute to you, Dr. J, for the great work that you're doing, man.
Absolutely, man. Hey, it's exciting times, man, for the work, man, as we pushing forward, man. So the energy is there. Our people is brilliant, and we look forward to the continued collaboration. I see Obafemi in the building, man.
Brother Baba Obafemi, Kingsley and Delele in the house. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to you, black man. Make sure you put the link, all your links in the comments as well, y'all. We can't spread the dollars if we don't spread the word. You know what I'm saying? But shout out to my brother, our brother Obafemi in the house, MCE Music. You know what I'm saying? Brother's an author, brother's a farmer, brother's an educator. Black people out here doing amazing things. Also, everybody, Black August Resistance.
Yeah.
Black August Resistance. If you know, you know, right? This is Black August. This is a time for reflection, a time for study, a time to plan, right? To organize.
Right.
Because the month of August is a pivotal month in the history of Black people. You know what I'm saying? And one powerful thing that happened in the month of August is the birth of Marcus Mosiah Garvey. We are excited tonight because a little later on, we're going to be bringing on the Digibees, a husband and wife.
Digibees.
You know what I'm saying? They're coming in tonight, and they are the directors of a new short film called Mosiah the Movie, the first ever narrative film about Marcus Garvey. They gonna be here tonight to talk about how they fighting the algorithm, how they fighting the Hollywood algorithm, right? Man. Come on. I'm fired up. So share. All right. If you love Garvey, and I had the honor to be a consultant on this film, so I know they bringing it with this film. If you love Garvey, you definitely want to share this video tonight. You want to put the comments. You want to make sure that you are subscribed to both the Pipeline of Power YouTube as well as the Uhuru Academy YouTube. It's going down like right now. You know what I'm saying? Now look,
we live.
We live, man. We live. You know what I'm saying? And if you missed the live, of course, everyone can catch the replay on multiple channels. All right. So if you missed the live, you can catch the replay. But if you're on the live, this is where you need to be.
Yeah.
Right. This is where you need to be. And we want you to interact with us in the comments. We want you to ask questions. We want you to give your opinions. You can even disagree. All right. You can even disagree. It's okay to argue with us. Now we're gonna argue back.
Yeah. Ain't gonna let you just say whatever.
Yeah, we're gonna let you have it. But I will share your contrarian comments. You know what I'm saying? And so yeah, you know what I'm saying? That's what's up. Look, Rain Waters in the house. What's happening, Rain? She said she worked in TV and film in Hollywood. Talk about the Blind Side movie. Look. Not only are we gonna touch on the Blind Side scandal, we got to come at this, Rain, from a holistic perspective. Because what happened with Blind Side, right? You really had to be blind to be blindsided by it.
Yeah, there you go.
Right. And it's the continuation of a pattern in film, you know what I'm saying, to portray Black people a certain way. Tonight's Fight the Algorithm is about fighting the Hollywood algorithm.
Yes, sir.
Right? Fighting the Hollywood algorithm. And shout out to my brother Akeem Bala in the house. Black power to you, young soldier, young creative, young artist in the building. Dr. J.
Yes, sir.
You know, we got the Blind Side scandal that's happening right now. For people who don't know, most of you may have heard of this movie called The Blind Side. I think it came out around 2009, 2010. It's the story of a football player named Michael O'Hare. It's really not his story, but anyway, we're gonna get to that in a minute. It's a story about Michael O'Hare, right? And basically a homeless Black teen who's taken in by a upper middle class white family. And the story is all about how this white family, particularly the spunky white mother, you know what I'm saying, takes on this young Black kid who is behind academically, not smart, has no family. They just fall in love with him because he's so big and lovable. They take him in, help him graduate high school. He gets to college, and then eventually he goes to the NFL. Just a beautiful story of white benevolence. A beautiful story of, once again, Europeans stepping in to save Black people from themselves. You know what I'm saying? And this movie came out around 2010. Look, the movie grossed over $300 million.
Wow.
Right? The movie would go on to gross over $300 million. That's through the box office. That's home video sales, the whole 9 yards. It would gross almost $500 million, right? All is good, right? No,
not quite.
Come to find out. And hashtag I believe Michael. Okay. Hashtag let me not throw that out the way now. I ain't even listened to the rebuttal from the family.
I believe Big Mike.
I believe Big Mike. Hashtag I put that in the chat. Hashtag I believe Big Mike. You know what I'm saying? Come to find out, Michael, I refuse to watch it too, Rain. I've never watched this movie ever. You know, okay. All I needed to see was the trailer. And I was done. Right. Okay. Come to find out, Mike then came out the other day, Dr. J, and said he just found out February of this year that he wasn't really a part of their family. Right? That they never adopted him. Like they did a conservatorship.
Not like legally, he is not.
Legally. He's not a Tuhoy. I think his last name is Tuhoy.
Yeah, Tuhoy.
Mike is not a Tuhoy. He's never been a Tuhoy. Right? They told him we're going to do it when he was 18. They told him we're going to do the conservatorship instead of the adoption. It's really the same thing. Well, lo and behold, it's not.
That's not the same.
No, the conservatorship just gives you power of attorney, basically. The conservatorship gives you, Britney Spears was just going through this with her daddy, right? Conservatorship just gives you control over my affairs, also gives you ownership to use my name and likeness.
Yeah.
So they do this conservatorship when he was 18. Now, this is something that the movie don't show.
Yeah.
Michael O'Hare was one of the top football prospects in the country at 18.
Yeah.
Michael O'Hare was recruited by a lot of colleges, but he chose the Tuhoy's alma mater, Ole Miss. I'm sure that was coincidence. But when Michael O'Hare was 18, they knew Michael O'Hare, if he stayed healthy, was going to the NFL.
Yeah.
So they don't do the adoption, they do the conservatorship. And they know exactly what they're going to be conserving.
Yeah.
Now, the movie itself portrays Michael O'Hare as a dumb kid, right? Right? He's not smart. He can hardly read in the movie, and all that. And they're the white saviors to come save him.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. Now, here's the thing, because I don't want to get into the conspiracy too much. Let's get into the tropes in the movie.
Yeah.
The white hero complex.
Yeah.
Right? The white savior complex that we see in so many stories. This was a blatant one. Yeah. Right? Right. Matter of fact, O'Hare would come out shortly after the movie and say he hated the movie because he didn't like how he was portrayed.
Yeah.
Come to find out, the brother was an honor student.
Come on.
In spite of being homeless.
Yeah. So
in the movie, they showed him struggling academically.
Yeah. So he was never on the bottom of the academic gap.
No.
Wow.
No. Matter of fact, when he got to the University of Mississippi, he made the dean's list.
Oh, wow. See?
Right. Now, it's a Caucasian man wrote the book that the movie was based on.
Okay.
Right. So this Caucasian man, who's a friend of the Tuhoys, writes this book, portrays him as dumb. And when it comes out that Michael O'Hare's on the dean's list a few years later, that they interviewed the dude and asked him about that versus how he betrayed him. And the white man said, come on, it's Ole Miss. It's not like that's a great dean's list to be on. So they stick it to the trope that Michael O'Hare was done. O'Hare said it hurt him when he went to the NFL. They thought he couldn't pass the Wonderlic. They was talking to him like he was stupid. They were saying, we're going to simplify the playbook, the whole 9 yards, because how he was portrayed in this movie.
Wow.
Right? So,
like, wow.
Yeah. Now, the tripped out part about this $300 million movie, O'Hare didn't receive one dime from it. Yet the Tuhoys received millions.
The exploitation.
Right? The exploitation. So tonight, we're talking a little bit about breaking the Hollywood algorithm. Y'all, I can't stand Hollywood. I'm not a fan of Hollywood. One of my favorite songs of all time is Burn Hollywood Burn by Ice Cube. Every year at the Uhuru Academy, we watch the original Birth of a Nation. And we let our children know this is the first Hollywood blockbuster, Birth of a Nation. I call the Ku Klux Klan the first Avengers.
Yeah.
Because in that movie, Birth of a Nation, that came out in the 19-teens, the heroes of the movie were the KKK, and they were saving the South from free black people.
Yep. Absolutely.
Ran in theaters for over 30 years.
Yeah. Man, that's interesting, man, because when you think about the original Birth of a Nation and you think about the movie Blindsided, it's like the big black, the big black monster who comes into the, to this white household, and it kind of matches up, that fear, and you got the young white daughter and all of this, and you kind of it puts you in there, and then now the white these white parents seem such forgiving and benevolent to even allow this to happen, to bring them in, with sacrificing so much to have them in. But the understory is that it's a reason why you willing to, take that chance. This has already been projected. Why you would this, so you're already, because one of the things that I remember in the movie is that the father was a businessman. He was an entrepreneur. He was already a millionaire, so he was already into economic projections, right? And you can identify just like any scout. If you go to AAU, you go to watch a football team. You can tell who has the projected possibility or the potential to become professional, right? So as a businessman, I'm like, well, more than likely, this 6'5", 300-pound, he already dominating, right?
Yes.
It's more than likely that, and you can look at the position that he played and say, okay, this is going to be a high value position, going down the line into the NFL. We're willing to take that chance, right? And we're going to put in place legal, constructs that's going to benefit us, not him.
Yes. Now it's an investment that set them up for life. Now he eventually made it to the NFL. And he had a great career and he made money, but man, he had to grind them knees out to make his money.
Yeah.
Right. He had to grind them knees out to make his money, and shout out to his black wife, who's the one I think convinced him, hey, it's time.
You need to say something.
You need to say something about this. You know what I'm saying? And that sort of thing. But that Hollywood movie, and I think one people gotta understand, a lot of films that we call black films are really white films.
Yeah.
Right? They're really white films with black people in them. Right?
Yeah.
Blind Side is not a black film. Like if you Google black films and The Blind Side come up, The Blind Side is not about Michael O'Hara's determination. Yeah. It's about the white family, Sandra Bullock's benevolence.
Yep.
Right? Yeah. You look at movies like The Green Mile, and I can't stand The Green Mile. Right, one of my least favorite movies of all time. Rest in power, Michael Clark Duncan. I'm not attacking the people that are in the film, right. But The Green Mile wasn't about this black prisoner who was magical and had a beautiful spirit. It was about a white prison guard and what he was going through.
Yeah,
right. And Michael Clark Duncan played what we like to call the magical Negro.
Yeah.
Think about movies like Ghost back in the day when Whoopi Goldberg was a ghost, the magical Negro, teaching Patrick Swayze and Demi Moore how to do clay.
Yeah.
Like she's just a ghost. She ain't got nothing going on in the spirit realm, but following these white folks around. They fall in love. Yeah,
that's her main objective in her supernatural.
That's how she gonna get to heaven. You know what I'm saying? That's how she gonna get to heaven. Helping Patrick Swayze get some. You know what I'm saying? And then you got Green Mile. This brother on death row unjustly. Okay, unjustly. Innocent man on death row. Big John Coffey. Thank you. That's his name in the movie. Big John Coffey got magical powers. The brother can summon energy out of the atmosphere, right, and able to touch you and heal you. Right. So in The Green Mile, here's Tom Hanks, the sympathetic yet, it's the system. That's another trope. The sympathetic white person who can't change your situation, but they can give you this look like,
we can make things just a little bit more comfortable while you're here.
Right. Like if someone says the N-word, they'll go,
don't do that.
So he don't use his power to let Big John Coffey out of prison.
Yeah,
but Big John Coffey used his power to cure him of testicular cancer.
Yeah, that's when you just said something deep right there. So in the movie, Big John Coffey gave his last power, the supernatural from the divine. He gave it all up.
Yeah.
Heal this man's balls.
Tom Hanks were in the place, and the messed up part about his power is that he takes your disease into him.
Yes,
then he has to release it into the atmosphere,
and he in return.
And Tom Hanks didn't even let him out.
Get released. He didn't get released in return. So the white man gonna live pain free. But I got to die, and I'm innocent. Right, and everybody know it.
Right. So you got the magical Negro tropes. You got the benevolent white people, the white savior trope. Even in a lot of your slave narrative, slave movies, things like that, they always have to point out that all white people weren't bad.
So that's so now we get into what, because when you said, I'm thinking about, okay, when a person, when we went in the algorithm that we talked about, where we're not yet to the consciousness to be aware of all of these different nuances that we talked about. How does this make us feel? Like, we seeing this big black man, but we also seeing this, he's taking someone from pain out of pain, right? So in that transition, it makes us feel a certain way if we just watching it for the value of the movie itself, like at its surface value, right?
Yeah, right.
But it also does something to our subconscious, right?
It does, because subconsciously everybody know they don't like that shit, right? But also because of our training, it reinforces the nonviolent narrative. It reinforces you have to be better than them. Love thine enemy. You know what I'm saying? Like, it reinforces that type of attitude in us, right? To where you see it play out in real life a lot when you have violent acts against black people by white people. A lot of times you'll hear people come on a press conference, I forgive them. I have already forgiven you in my heart. Like, we have been trained to do this benevolent forgiveness without justice. Now, I'm not anti-forgiveness, but I'm anti-forgiveness without justice.
So that's the biggest part. Like, like a movie like that, it in our subconscious, it allows us to be forgiving and want to elevate people, which is good. That's our moral core. But in return, we are still oppressed. We still taking the brunt of abuse. I'm innocent.
I'm sacrifice everything. Like what they actually took him out the prison to heal a white woman, then took him back to prison in the Green Mile.
That's right. Why, when you got it, once you start to think about this from a getting out of that fighting the algorithm perspective, that is injustice. Like, that's like, wow, like, really? That's how how can you do a person like that? You're gonna take me to really liberate somebody else, but you're gonna take me back into the opposite.
But look at us. Look at us. That same attitude. You can look at, even we talking about Michael O'Hara in sports. How many professional athletes go into the league, make a little money, and end up right back where they started from? How many of our boys and girls are going to college, helping colleges make millions of dollars? This is even better analogy. Sacrifice their bodies. They can't make no money. Now they got the NIL deals. That's cool, but most can't get an NIL, right? Sacrifice. The university makes millions of dollars, and you end up, if you don't get your degree, right back where you were. And a lot don't get their degree because a lot of them are not allowed to really go to class.
Exactly. Yeah. No, that's real.
Right. And now you end up right back, just like healing that white woman, and get took right back to the prison. They're cheering for you while you're helping them. And when you're of no more use, you need to go back where you are. And so now we end up raising our children to get an education so they can go out in society and be of some use to somebody else.
While sacrificing our superpowers, right? Because really, it's the same. We're sacrificing the same thing. Like just like John Coffey gave his superpower, he gave his, we sacrifice our natural genius.
It hurt too. It was hurting him.
Each one of us, we sacrifice our natural genius to, provide services for people that benefit and exploit them to their maximum benefit, right? Or we get a minimal benefit and we sacrifice.
So all they do is make us comfortable in prison, but you can't get out of prison. Make you comfortable in slavery, but you can't get out of slavery. Comfortable in generational poverty, but there's no real fight to get you out of generational poverty. But if you just continue to be of use and to please and to seek acceptance, sooner or later they gonna change and everything is gonna be okay. Just wait, just hold on, just wait, and take solace in stories like The Blind Side and because you too might get adopted by a middle-class white family and set on the path, to greatness. Y'all, we got to fight. Understand how that algorithm, understand how these messages play on our mode of thinking and reinforces attitudes and actions that are not helping us, but we accept.
Yeah.
Right? That we seek. Man, I'm gonna get out the community. I'm gonna get out the community. I'm gonna get a good job and move away from here. But what are you moving away from? Right?
Yeah.
While you moving out, someone else is investing in.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. And so fighting the Hollywood algorithm is important. And shout out to all the great Black films. Y'all, what are some of y'all favorite Black films?
Yeah.
What are some of y'all favorite Black films? You know what I'm saying? Because we got, so I can't stand, magical Negro movies like Ghost and the Legend of Bagger Vance and Will Smith. He played a good magical Negro.
Bagger Vance.
Oh. You know what I'm saying? Green Mile, The Blind Side, right? But there's some good ones out there from back in the look. Claudine, old school, the 70s. So the 70s saw a renaissance in independent Black film, right? But Black film go all the way back. It goes all the way back to the beginning of film, period. Like I mentioned the Birth of a Nation, the film that came out by D.W. Griffith about the Ku Klux Klan saving the South from free Black people. Well, we had a very prolific filmmaker back in those days by the name of Oscar Micheaux.
Oscar Micheaux.
Right. Oscar Micheaux. And he clapped back at Birth of a Nation with a movie called Within Our Gates. Right. And Within Our Gates, it was about Black people who were trying to build schools and Black people who were trying to he had Black doctors in the movie and Black teachers in the movie, Black farmers, and trying to do, and he blatantly showed racism in the movie, and he depicted the Black people as dumb and nasty and all that. It was a direct clapback, right, to that Hollywood algorithm, because politically, and by the way, they used to play Birth of a Nation in the White House. Politically, those images were used to justify Jim Crow.
That's right.
Just like today, these stories are used to justify mass incarceration. They're used to justify police terrorism. They're used to justify not investing in Black youth outcomes. It's the same thing. It's just like Micheaux and them clap back, we have to clap back.
That's right. That's right.
Right? We have to clap back at the same time, and that's why we fight the algorithm.
That's right. That's right. So what are your thoughts? And I know we transition. What are your thoughts on our opportunity? And even as a Black parent, as Black educators, how can we clap back? How can we fight the algorithm as it relates to these movies? And even in a context of a conversation like this, to help our youth to spark the consciousness of what's happening in the movies and what are the deeper levels and layers that affect our community. What are your thoughts on how we can start to open up a different type of conversation that sparks that critical thinking in our children, our youth?
First, I think as parents, we should learn our story as best we can. Now, when it comes to film, there are some great documentaries out there about the history of Blacks in film. And in those documentaries, they're going to talk to you about all those tropes, all those stereotypes, and how they've been counted traditionally. And that'll help you read modern day films and say, okay, I see what's going on right there. Have those conversations with your children and turn it into a game. And let's see if y'all can recognize the racism in this story, or how would you write this story? And I love the how would you write this story approach, because the main thing we need to do is empower and encourage our children to write their own stories and put them on film. Matter of fact, now is a great time because all of Hollywood is on strike. The writers are on strike. So if you're independent, jump in the game right now. Matter of fact, we're going to do our part on Fight the Algorithm, because we're going to bring in my favorite independent filmmaker right now, or independent filmmakers right now, and that's the Digibees. You know what I'm saying? That's the Digibees. He hanging upside down from the ceiling. Now he's sideways. He right side. What's happening, brother Gerard?
What's going on? What's going on?
What's up with you,
sorry, my camera wouldn't rotate for some reason.
That's all right. That's all right.
Well, if anybody can fix an upside down camera, it's you. All right.
Right. This creative cinematography. I didn't know you.
Right. After all that creativity and all the great work that you. Hey, Pocket.
Hey,
I got carried away. You took me out of character. Haven't seen you in a long time. All right. After all the work that you all have done, I know an upside down camera wasn't gonna stop the Digibees. You know what I'm saying? It is great to see you all. You know, y'all, the audience out there, for those of you who do not know, these are the Digibees. All right. Now, the Digibees, they're more than just filmmakers, they're artists. And when I talk about well-rounded artists and creators, right? That's who the Digibees personify that. But not only that, because we believe Black love is Black power. They are husband, wife, and now a husband, wife, and child team.
Yeah.
We got up in here. You know what I'm saying? And just like my wife, me and my wife, Mama and Koyo, you know, with the Uhuru Academy, just like you, Baba Amin and Kamaria with Pipeline of Power, you know what I'm saying? We got another couple on here that do business together. Not every couple is in business with each other. Okay. When you married to somebody and y'all do business, that means y'all spending a lot of time together. You know what I'm saying? Yo, we want to welcome the Digibees to fight the algorithm. What's up?
Yeah. Thank you. It's great to be here.
Well,
Oh, man, look, family, it's great to see y'all. We're excited to have you on here. We definitely want to talk about the amazing film. Look at that, that's so beautiful. The amazing film, you know what I'm saying, that you all are working, have done and work. I say working on because we ain't finished, right? But before we do that, can you tell our family briefly who are the Digibees?
Digibees is a multimedia company, husband and wife duo. We started off doing graphics and websites and video, but then kind of like honed in on video and film primarily. We met in a band, so there's a musical foundation there. But our love for film has definitely helped this business flourish and move towards that direction.
I say. So, you know, we met years ago when I was rocking with and shout out to my partner Zeno G, you know what I'm saying? As Dak in the house.
Hey.
We met years ago, and when we met, you all were focusing heavily on the graphic design, the music video, but y'all eventually started really focusing in on short films and filmmaking. And so what was that transition? What made you all like really turn that focus toward film?
You know, it was always there in the background. When we met, Pocket was going to the Art Institute for video production. So like our foundation, it starts with video production and film. So it was always very filmic. A lot of our conversations were about films. We literally were talking about this the other day. She was just saying that even if you hadn't met me or before you met me, you were meant to be a filmmaker. Because like my mom is in town and all we do is talk about what we're watching, like what shows we're watching, what films we're watching, you know, so it's kind of like the groundwork was already laid. And even when we met, even though we met in a band, what we really bonded over, of course, the music, but we bonded over that love for film. And that's how Digibees actually started, by doing like films and me doing music videos and commercials and graphics for our band. So so yeah, that has always been the foundation. So it's just a natural progression for us to move into this. Like we were, I remember we were super excited about the first camera we got, which was a Canon XL2. We was like, Canon XL1. We were so excited. Let's start making pictures right now. Like
I remember the Canon XL, yes.
and you know, it just didn't happen. It's like waiting for that perfect project, and you know, it just didn't happen. You know, it is what it is. Our progression moved more towards music videos and that kind of thing, but it was always in the background. We just wait for that moment, and we just felt it now.
And as it relates to what we're doing now, we got to a point where we felt like we wanted to focus on a legacy and doing meaningful projects that are not just work for hire. I'm sorry, my baby, she want to talk too.
She's like, let me tell y'all what really happened. But that's what's up.
Right. But as we kind of transition to the legacy mindset, we begin to consider what would we do, what film would we do, and I knew about Marcus Garvey, but I didn't know the in-depth story of how wrong he was done, and how much he did for the people. I was listening to an NPR segment, and it was during I want to say 2020 in Black History Month, and they did an extensive piece on Marcus Garvey, and I was like, there's nothing out about him. Like, why didn't I know all of this about him? And maybe a few months later, a producer friend of ours hit us up. He was like, I know a script writer. He did a script and he wants to shoot it. If y'all find any interest, if you think it's good, hit me back. And I read it and I told Gerard immediately, I was like, this is the piece. It needs some tweaking, but this is the piece that is meaningful, that it was going to be a challenge because it's a short and it's a piece where we had to, it's a period piece where we had to get, clothing, and, it had to somewhat look the part, of course.
She excited about the movie too. She excited about it.
But we said, what, it's a challenge, but we're gonna make it do what it do. We're gonna do it and do it with integrity and make sure we do it with excellence. Just because there's nothing out there besides a few documentaries in this realm that represents his legacy, what he's done for the people, and just what all went down. So that's where we're at. That's
what. And I'm glad you went there. Talking about y'all's desire for legacy and to create projects with substance, right? And then going into Mosiah the movie, and we're going to play the trailer here in just a couple of seconds. This is fighting the algorithm, right? And one of those Hollywood algorithms that we want to fight is that algorithm that says only do films about Black leaders that are acceptable to whites. Yeah. Right? It's 5,000 movies about Martin. Every serious Black actor done played MLK in a movie. Yeah. Light-skinned people done played MLK. Dark-skinned people done played MLK.
Yeah, exactly.
I saw one MLK movie. The brother was tall and thin, right? There are certain movies, right? Certain Black leaders you won't see. For example, the Haitian Revolution. I read that Danny Glover's been trying to get that film made for decades, and nothing, right? He can't get the Hollywood backing. So it looks like the independent space is where it's at if we want to tell these stories. What are y'all thoughts about that?
Yeah, absolutely. That's I think one of the challenges in bringing Garvey's story alive is trying to go about it within the framework of Hollywood. That framework denotes that dictates that you have to pitch an idea. Tell us why that idea is good. Tell us why we can make money off of this idea because we want to invest money. Make us know that there's an audience for this, and let us know it's not going to come back to bite us in the butt. And then we have to wait for that idea to be greenlit, for someone to give us permission to make the movie, and then you go from there. And doing it as an independent artist has afforded us the ability to sidestep that. And the great thing, it's very it's very daunting, and maybe we're a little naive and actually pursuing this, thinking that we could accomplish this with such minimal resources. But the good thing about us as a team, Pocket and I, and even our producing partner Alima, is that we are very used to taking very minimal resources and making grand projects out of it, like using everything available to us to present work that has excellence and work that has meaning, and finding a way to make a lot out of nothing. And that's what we do. That's our superpower. So it's like, let's take that superpower and use it in this instance. And like I'm saying, that I think that's why there's so many. There are a few Garvey projects out there that haven't gotten past like the pre-production phase, and I'm sure it's finding that money, because it's a massive story, and we're doing a short, so we're not telling the entire story ourselves, but we're at least putting forth a strong foundation for a more full story to be told.
Yeah.
And hopefully show that there is an audience, and hopefully show some people that there are people that are serious about telling the story, and that there is a movement of people that are serious about hearing the story.
Yeah,
I say.
If I can ask the question, if I can ask the question, and y'all are fighting the algorithm, man, and I love that. It fires me up just to think about, even the approach that you're taking to it. Mm-hmm. If I could ask you, how do you envision, because I believe that this will get an opportunity to reach full, capacity with the story being told in whole. How do you envision the impact that such a film with this type of breadth and just, the massive stories and just the undergirdings that happen in the life of Garvey, how do you envision the impact on our people and how this could really shift, the narrative and the way we think about things?
My hope is to bring Garvey back to the forefront. There are a lot of people that have lived their lives dedicated to understanding and teaching Garveyism and teaching about his life and his legacy and the organizations that he founded, and teaching his story. And I would love for it to be able to shine a light on their work, and especially his work, and to renew an interest. We're talking about legacy, so our biggest focus is to try to get to young people, because that is our legacy. I think older people, if we can get to younger people, older people is a given. You know what I mean? Like, the older you get, I realize the more you get interested in like history, the more you get interested in learning the backstory about certain things. You know what I mean? So if we can present something that will actually light a fire in people and young people to want to know who this person is, then I feel like we will have accomplished our job. That's the biggest thing. That's what we would want more than anything. That, and to also renew interest in getting his name cleared, getting him exonerated for these bogus charges.
Yeah, absolutely.
I say. So, y'all, there's a movement going on, right? There's a movement going on, and we're going to get into the trailer. Before we get into the trailer, go to MosiahTheMovie.com as well. Gerard, I'm hitting him up for the money before we show the trailer, and we're going to you know what I'm saying?
So, let me put an addendum to what you're going to say.
Yeah.
So, we are keeping the GoFundMe up. We are in the final stages of production, but there are still costs, because we're doing screenings, and it costs money to travel to these places, and for accommodations. And, that's really a part of, we could just send the movie places and let them show it, but to have us there is a bigger draw, to be able to talk with the filmmakers and to get, some backstory behind actually making the film. And, and that gives, the opening to actually talk about Garvey and talk about some of the other things. So, know that even though we are, in the post-production phases of this film, there is still a need for funds to help travel. I mean, we're gonna do it, period. So we're gonna get it done, because that's just what we are.
We bring you to South Carolina. I already know the theater. in everything. I already know the theater we're gonna use, the whole 9 yards. We bring you out, you know, every RBG or what in the sound of my voice. If you organize and get Mosiah the Movie in your community, you know what I'm saying, and bring the filmmakers in with it, so we can talk about the broader work and movement that goes along with it. Right. So, okay, no further ado. Let's get into
man. Let's get
Hey, Over Famous say he done watched the trailer 10 times already. Like every time I share it, hey, there are fans of this movie. Every time I share it, people on my page, I can't wait to see this. I have to see it, right? And so let's do this. Let's do this, man. And it get the brother that played Garvey. We're gonna talk about this in just a second. Hold on. Lester, we're gonna do the updated trailer here, y'all, because I got the inside scoop. I get the updated trailer. Okay, let's do this.
I unequivocally reject the racist assumption of white America's ideology that God created the black man inferior. Because if Negroes are created in God's image and Negroes are black, then God too must in some sense be black. It's time to unite our brothers and sisters across the country and sail to Africa. Liberia is calling us now.
And what happens when the government tries to stop us?
By the time they try it, it will already be too late.
They claim to uplift the Negro race, to persuade Negroes to buy shares of stock in the Black Star Line.
This trial is politically driven. They want to end the movement by assassinating my character.
By not taking the plea, you face a mandatory 5 years in prison.
Do you see any fear in my eyes?
Who does he think he is? Black Moses?
You better stop him quick. He's gonna tear this whole country apart.
How much longer will you endure the pain and suffering that this country places upon you? Dive down, black men, dive down and dig.
Hold your head high, Marcus. You are not the first the system has tried to break. We will not be the last. The future of our people relies on you.
Africa for the Africans!
What? What?
Man, come on.
You see any fear in my eyes? Look at me.
I'm ready to go now.
That is the response we want.
Yeah, absolutely. No, that's powerful.
Great job. Fired up just off of the trailer. The acting, one of my Facebook users already said great acting.
Great acting.
Right. Tell us about the brother, the phenomenal brother that plays Garvey in the. No one he looks just like him.
Let me say this off the top while I'm thinking about it. I love, I ain't trying to whatever. I don't have to know the disclaimers. I love putting that line in the beginning because it's like just set you up to already know what you're about to get into. You know what I'm saying? Like let's let you know where we coming from with this and that we're not trying to pull no punches. You know what I mean?
Yes.
You just see him coming in that gangster to meet with
the Like what? What?
But Sam is amazing. Sam wrote the script. Surely he's been compared to Marcus Garvey before because it's a remarkable resemblance, and surely that's a motivation for writing a script. But thank God he did. He didn't have to. He still didn't have to write this particular script, and that's what he wrote. And it was a different version that we tweaked, but the foundation was super strong. And like Paco was saying earlier when she told me, she was like, you need to read this. When it was first brought to us, like, hey, would you guys want to shoot this movie? And after I read the script, I was like, yeah, I think I want to direct this movie. That's how that went down. And yeah, Sam came with it, man. Sam gave me everything I asked for in the time frame that I asked for. You know what I mean? Went above and beyond, and was super dedicated to making sure this role was given its proper honor. You know what I mean? Like we all were just. I made sure we all on the came to. We got to understand this is the first, like capital V, first imagery that we're gonna see of Garvey like this, and we have to make sure we freaking hit it out the park. You know what I mean? Like because it's inevitably, because it's the first, it's going to be what everything else is compared to, because that's just what it is.
Yes.
So let's make something worthy of being compared to. Let's do something with what we have. Let's kill it. Let's kill it as much as we can with what we have.
Yeah.
You see it even in the trailer, you know what I'm saying? You see it in his acting, you see it in everybody else's acting, you see it in even the brief cinematography that we're seeing. You're seeing a group of people, a team that made the most out of what they had and put the right spirit and energy behind what they were doing. You know, so hats off to that. We have people in the chats. I like this one right here, right? I'm gonna put this out there. This brother needs interviews on all black media platforms. After the channel has over 1 million subscribers, they got Sarnetta, Boyce Watkins, Black Magic, Cuba. Hey, go hit all of them up.
Yeah,
please,
absolutely.
Go hit all of them up, at all of them. At every last one of them right now, and let them know that we need to get this film out there, that we need to create a demand for this film, you know, and for Garvey's story to be told, and that we stamping this one. This is not being told within the Hollywood algorithm. There's not going to be a white man to sit down and say, well, hold on, Marcus, let me help you. We're really rooting for you. It's not in there, okay? You know, so let's do it, you know, and so we definitely want to get this story out and support this short film that's going to be a feature film. Okay, all right, and look, Baba Oba Family already on. I got a list of podcasts. I'll send it to them. Just need an email address. We got you. All right, we got you, Oba Family. You know what I'm saying? And let's do this. Let's put this in. This is a part of our movement, right? We fighting the algorithm. Let's get Mosiah the Movie out there. Now, I heard a rumor that you have some great consultants on this film.
Yes. So I was going to say, thank you for bringing it up. So the moment I decided I was going to direct this film, the first person I thought of to call was Baba Amin. I had to call him up, say, brother, tell me everything that you know about Garvey. Give me like the rundown of Garvey. And then my next question is, if you had the chance to make a film about Garvey, what would you, or if you had a chance to like contribute to a movie about Garvey, what would you want to see? And so, you know, my brother gave me valuable advice and input, and it's hopefully I feel like he sees it.
So, one, it was an honor to be asked and to be a part of it, and what you all did, what you went back and did with it, you captured periods of his life that conveys the message of his conviction, right? And it's not about debating, was he right, was he wrong, right? It's about conveying the conviction and the need of that time for Black people to stand up and be independent. And we're not a monolith. Everybody wasn't sitting around saying, accept me, accept me, accept me. Millions of Black people said, we want to go do it for ourselves.
Absolutely.
I love it. And one of the things that stood out, Bob, if I can, is the strength and the energy of Amy, man, the queen, how she, you know, her voice was amplified in it. That just really brings an element that's strong, man. It shows that unit, you know, within the family, man, that really pushed him to really do all of those things, man. And hey, I saw that even in that short trailer, you know, the voice of the queen coming out and the phenomenal part that was played, man. So hats off to you for bringing that to the forefront.
Thank you. We definitely focus. You know, we don't have enough imagery of Black power as it relates to the family.
Yeah.
You know, how strong the family can be and how strong each person can be individually, because Amy was a force to be reckoned by herself.
Absolutely.
It's listed that she was a powerful speaker. It's clear that she was a powerful writer. And as Baba pointed out to me when I asked him, everything that we know about all the publishings of Garvey, she is the one that made that happen.
That's right.
So it can't be, you can't deny the input and the effect that she had on this movement. And they go in tandem. If as much as she was married to Garvey, she was married to the movement, and she understood his importance in that movement, and was willing to push him forward and let that be the force that it needed to be to make this movement have its positive force and its positive, just a force of positivity and moving the dial. Like I can't imagine if they understood the impact they would have so many years later. Like, it was just amazing. And speaking of women and just women in general, in the 20s, this is the 20s, the UNIA had women in very elevated positions.
That's right.
Amy, Henrietta Vinton Davis was like interim president at times. You know what I mean? Like it was. So we wanted to make sure that we represented both sides of that coin, and make sure you show that it's a unit that was combined and united to make this change happen.
Absolutely. And it's so important that we see those images today. It's so important that we see the images, that it takes us both, black man, black woman, working together as a unit, building strong families. And that's the foundation of anything that we want to do as a people. We can sit out here and complain and march and sing, but if we just gonna come back home and fight, ain't nothing gonna get done.
Absolutely.
Ain't nothing gonna get done, man. So man, hats off. Again, any message, I'm not gonna keep you tonight because it ain't fair that Poppy got to have a baby and you get to be on the interview.
It is what it is. Sometimes the pocket turns to be in the spotlight, and I have to go handle the baby. What it is.
Yes. Okay. But any message, any strong message, what would you like for people to know about this film or about the Digibees? Just any parting message for the family tonight.
So the Digibees, knowing about us, that'll take care of itself. This film is meant to get out to the people. Our first priority is to the way we're trying to approach it is go like a film festival route. We just feel like that will help add validity to the project. But once we get through that, then it's like, let's just bring us to your community, bring us to your schools, bring us wherever. Like, we are not trying to be intelligentsia or out of reach, or you know what I'm saying? Like, there are certain films that are necessary for our community that can only be seen through schools. They don't have access to it if you can access college databases. That's not what we want this film to be. Should I put this movie on Tubi before I let it have to be cost $40 to pop to watch it? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what we hope for this. We hope for this to be a resource for anybody that wants to teach about Garvey or to inspire or try to reach anyone, especially the newer generations. Like, we want to put that name out there. I was just watching something the other day talking about the two deaths that we have. The first one is the natural death, when we cease breathing, and the other one is when the last person says your name. We're trying to never let there be, I know there are so many people in the streets that saying Garvey's name, but let's put an image to it. Like you were talking about Birth of a Nation earlier, and the president at the time said it was like history written in the sky and fire. You know what I'm saying? Let's do that with Garvey. Let's write his name as fire in the minds of these young kids, and get them inspired and let them know that our story is bigger than what these people in these offices want us to believe. Our story is more than subservient attitudes and subservient nature. And we did push back, and we did have pride, and we did have power, and we did have we were unified in direction, and we did it as much as we could. The 1920s, that brother did some amazing things in the framework of 1920s America.
Man, he went viral without social media.
Yeah.
Right. He led the arguably the hugest movement of Black, not even just America, like globally.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
the Garvey grind.
Right. So he definitely deserves. He is Jamaica's first national hero, but he is absolutely an American hero. What is more American than an immigrant coming to this country and demanding the rights for his people to be heard, and to make his own way, and to build up economics within his own community? What's more American than that?
Yeah. No doubt.
Come on. Right. And again, fighting that Hollywood algorithm that says we don't show those images. Right. But it's our responsibility to tell those stories. And I want to thank you and Pocket. And this, y'all know, Pocket be in the pocket. She's one of the greatest drummers on the planet. I just want to throw that out there. But I want to thank you and Pocket. I want to thank the Digibees for taking on this responsibility and delivering such a powerful product. We just getting started. All right, brother. Thank you for coming on Fight the Algorithm, man. This won't be the last time. Let's get it, man. We're all in the film. We're gonna keep talking about you behind your back when you leave. Black folk passion.
Thank you for asking us on here. Seriously,
hey, man. Love you, man, and please give a Pocket and Koyo's love and everything. And next time we're in Texas, my wife got to see the baby.
Absolutely, we got to link up.
We have to link up. All right, man. Appreciate you, Gerard.
It's a pleasure. Right. Great work, brother.
Yes.
And sister.
Right.
The unit,
and daughter, and the princess.
The little Digibees.
Got us some interview time.
Look at here. My team always has a female presence.
Always.
The power of having women have your back. And your side, not even just your back, but your side. You know what I'm saying?
All around.
In mine, we got to have my front shoes. I mean, it's just all right. Hey, man, have a good one, black man.
Yes, sir. You too.
All right, peace.
Oh, yeah, man. Powerful, man. You know I'm fired up, man.
Huh?
Love it, man. Oh, that's just
man,
the spirit of Garvey.
Fight.
Come on, man. Come on, family. The spirit of Garvey. Right? And fighting this algorithm, we take that spirit of Garvey, that grind of Garvey, right?
I'm gonna tell you,
the magnitude of it.
Yes, to witness their transformation, that like what they talked about as they studied and went more in depth, because again, many of us know about Garvey, but until you go and study, you don't know about Garvey, right? And when they to dedicate themselves to study him in depth, it was kind of like just that discovery, like, whoa, we was doing this 100 years ago.
Man, come on.
You look up today and you see red, black, and green globally seen as symbolic colors of Black freedom.
Yeah.
Right? You see that globally now, and that was because of Marcus Garvey. Those colors came from the UNIA, Marcus and Amy, both Amy's, and Henrietta Vinton Davis and the UNIA. So yeah, man. Yeah. So y'all, there's solutions out there.
Yeah. Come on.
There's solutions out there. But if we don't support it,
that's right.
What we complaining about?
It can't expand if we don't support it, man. It can't
expand.
I saw somebody say we got to reach our tentacles out. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
To expand the reach, man. And this is how we do it. We support and we amplify the voices of people that are, that are fighting the algorithm in various aspects. We amplify those voices and those efforts, man. So
That's right. So we kicked it off tonight. We won the first podcast. They've come on to talk about the film, which I'm honored. You're right. But this can't be the last, y'all. I agree. We need to reach our tentacles out there and help get this film seen, get them on the circuit to where they're talking about it. I think my brother Juneteenth Jamal is here. He's the organizer of the Juneteenth Freedom Festival here in Columbia. You know, shout out to that brother. You know what I'm saying? We need to link up, brother, and bring them to Columbia. All right, let's bring the film to South Carolina. They're based out of Dallas, Bomani. We're gonna find a spot. We're gonna bring it to the phone. You know what I'm saying? You know, and congratulations to them. I know they're going to be in Detroit in September. I forget the date. I should have asked them for the there's a film festival in Detroit, the Detroit Black Film Festival that they're in. There are a couple of film festivals that they're a part of. So if you know of any film festivals as well, let's link up with them as well, right? And here's this comment. I believe this is from my brother Juneteenth Jamal. He has a group on Facebook called Black Men Work, right? He says, calling all amazing Black men out there. We want to celebrate your hard work, dedication, and achievements in your profession. Whether you're a doctor, teacher, engineer, artist, chef, firefighter, any other profession, we want to see you in action. How to participate: snap a photo of yourself on the job, highlighting what you do best. Share it on your favorite social media platform using the hashtag Black Men Work. Don't forget to add 3 Black men you admire, right? I love that. I love that. You know what I'm saying? So definitely, y'all, you want to get it. You know, I guess I could take a picture of me teaching, you know, and we'll get it out there and do what we got to do. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, man, beautiful stuff going on out here in the community.
That's right. Woo. No, I love
Jay, what's your thoughts, man?
I really love the energy that type of, and I always talk about this. Anything that comes into our senses that we sense and we can see, we can hear it, we can feel it. It's something that we take in us, from mentally, physically, spiritually, and when it's as powerful like that, we gotta carry it forward, into action, man. Because we're in so many different spaces as a people. We are brilliant people with various, natural geniuses. But when that energy comes into us, we have to utilize that energy to take it and put it into action, man. So I definitely want to call us into action to intensify, because I know we are out here doing phenomenal things, but to even intensify to the level of Garvey.
Come on.
Listen to me now. Garvey took his Garvey grind was to a whole other level that I know that we have the propensity to get to, man. So hey, it's in our DNA. So let's take it up.
DNA. We have it, right? We have it in us. This ain't, and it's so important when we talk about how do we fight the algorithm, right? This is how. Like we have it in us already. These stories, these examples, right? You connecting to that, is how we fight the algorithm, how we capture our youth. You know what I'm saying? Who's the next Garvey? Who's the next one that's going to grind? Who's the next one that's ready to organize? What type of stories do you want to tell? What type of organizing, what type of community do you want to see? Right? And empowering our young people to do it. Right? So I'm loving that. I'm loving that, man.
Even Amy, man, just to see that power and strength, that the queens look at that and be like, man, the unit, we can bring that unit stronger. Woo, the way we can take things to another level. Just that type of energy that builds each other up is phenomenal.
Right. And even seeing the Digibees as a team.
As a team.
As a family, bringing this work forward. As a family, doing all those things you have to do, all those compromises we have to make,
that's right.
All those sacrifices we have to make, right? You know what I'm saying? And
those exchanges.
Come on, man. Come on.
Those exchanges, we know them real. Like that Garvey, Amy, and Marcus exchange. We know about them exchanges.
We done been in stuff. And Koyo to look at me sometimes and say, "Do you see any fear in my eyes?" You know what I'm saying? You talking about knocking my head off.
That's right, man. So,
you know what I'm saying? So
So
Gerard put the Detroit Black Film Festival, September 27th through October 1st. So family in Detroit, right? And those who got people in Detroit, tag everybody in Detroit. Let them know to show up. The Bum Rush Detroit Black Film Festival between the 27th, October 1st. Make them come away and say, wow, we ain't never had this many people here before.
Yeah.
Right? And walk in saying hashtag Mosiah the Movie. We're here to see Mosiah. We want to see everything, but we're here to see Mosiah the movie. All right. So we got that. Also, the movie will be showing at the Skylark Film Festival in Negril, Jamaica.
Come on, Jamaica.
Right. National hero, Marcus Garvey, National Hero of Jamaica, October 6th through 7th. I want to go to that one.
That's going to be live. Ooh.
So the Skylark Film Festival, everybody y'all know that's on the islands, all of y'all that can get to the islands, show up. It's gonna be a Marcus Garvey celebration. Mosiah the movie, the Skylark Film Festival in the Grill, Jamaica, October 6th through 7th. Right by next week, they should have 4 or 5 more dates. They should have even more dates and commitments to where they're gonna go and show this film. So congratulations to the Digibees and the whole team on the Mosiah the movie squad, right. And yes, I am a very proud consultant. I was in the credits too, bro. I'm in the credits.
Yeah, you in the credit, got your credits.
I'm in the credits, you know what I'm saying? I hogged that one too. I didn't send them to no more teachers. I like I'll stay here. But now I'm super proud of the project and man, we fighting the algorithm.
Come on, man.
Every day.
Man.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
fired up, man.
Hey, hashtag I believe Michael O'Hare.
I believe Mike. I believe Big Mike.
I believe Big Mike
because he's been trying to tell us. But I remember the ink. They been little reports that came out. The movie I didn't like. He didn't like it. I was like, hey, what's going on? He wasn't feeling it. And then now everything coming out now.
Everything coming out. And that movie, it just reminded me of the Hollywood formula, man. And who tells the story matters, and how the story is told matters. We must tell our stories and support those that do so. Another site I want everybody to get up on, a Black-owned streaming service, is Quayle.tv.
Quayle.tv, yeah.
All right. And we're definitely looking to get Mosiah the movie here. But if you don't have a membership at Quayle.tv, go get that. It's a streaming service, powerful Black films, independent Black films, short films, new, old. They got documentaries on there, stuff that you're not going to find anywhere else. Beautiful stories. We use it as a part of our curriculum at the Uhuru Academy. We watch several films on Quayle.tv. So I did want to do a quick plug for Quayle.tv, and they did not pay me to do so. All right. We fight the algorithm. We support Black-owned businesses, and this is one that I'm very proud of, and I can't wait to see Mosiah the movie streaming on Quayle.tv. I'm calling it right now. You know what I'm saying? Right now, you know what I'm saying? Gerard say yes, he loves Quayle.tv. Let's make it happen. Gerard. You know what I'm saying? So the work is out there, y'all. They waiting on us. The creatives are out there. They're waiting on us. They're out there fighting the Hollywood algorithm. It's a whole army of Black creatives fighting the algorithm. They're waiting for you and me to show them the support that they deserve.
We are their market, man. We are their supporters. We are their village. Come on.
You know what I'm saying? So, man, what else you got, Dr. J? I think it's been a great dialogue.
Hey, I'm fired up, so I'm ready to, I'm ready to take this energy and put it into action going forward, man, as we, rev up for.
Uh-oh. You froze on. I don't know if I froze or if you froze.
Fired up for the opportunity, man, to continue to. Oh yeah, did I go out for a second?
Went out for me. I don't know if I went out or if you went out. Somebody went out. But now you're back.
We back. They can't stop us. Do you see the film?
They say, hold up, they're actually fighting the algorithm.
No, but I'm fired up, man. We are locked in on empowering our youth, man. Like I said, I'm back in the funk, man. So engaged in work, man, across in the schools and in the community, empowering our youth and doing that vision development and really unleashing that natural genius in our youth, man, is the mission, man. So like again, support Pipeline of Power as we, connect and collaborate with powerful brothers and sisters, of course, with the Uhuru Academy. We working lock and step, man, impacting and providing training and professional development across the board, man. So it's a powerful season, man. So we are looking for our brothers and sisters to collaborate and be and the support the village. Let's go get it, y'all. Take that garbage line. Let's go.
Let's go. Bring us to your school district.
Yeah.
Bring us to your community to bring some powerful professional development training for your teachers. If you're independent educators, all right, we're here for you all as well. Community leaders that are looking for community engagement programs, you know, looking for strategies, proven strategies, right? Because everything that we train on are best practices that we have used. You know what I'm saying? And so bring us in, coach. Put us in the game. You know what I'm saying? Put us in the game. And yes, it's time to show and prove. Right? It's time to show and prove, y'all. It's time to get to work. The books have been written. All right. It's time to apply. All right. It's time to apply what we have learned. All right. I appreciate the great compliments. Say this is always a great podcast. Give thanks, man. Like, share, let everybody know that every Monday night we fight the algorithm.
That's right.
All right. Let everybody know after supper we fight the algorithm every Monday night. You know, I know Monday Night Football is coming up, but you can fight the algorithm and have the game on pause. Be done for the second quarter. I ain't judging you. You know what I'm saying? But every Monday night we fighting the algorithm. We got to come together, y'all, and we got to talk about mentality, how we change our thinking, how we transformative conversations that'll get us out there, you know, and putting that transformation into action. That's what we all about, right? Right. So support Pipeline to Power. Go to pipelinetopower.com. All right, and take the Pipeline to Power pledge. Okay. Also, you see the ticker tape along the bottom on your screen. You have my Instagram. Follow me on Instagram at @the_real_Baba Amin, on Twitter at the Uhuru Academy. You can support the Uhuru Academy right now via Cash App $, Uhuru Academy. All right, and go to uhuruacademy.com to check out our programs. Dr. Junichi Bomani, Pipeline of Power, pipelinetopower.com. Instagram at Dr. Junichi Bomani. Cash App $, Pipeline to Power. All right, you know what I'm saying? And the thing is this, y'all, it's not that we want your money. That's not what it is. We want people to be engaged with us, that's engaged in this movement. Some of you work 45 hours a week. You can't be present physically, but you can be present financially. You know what I'm saying? And so we don't get rich doing this, but at the same time, your donation allows us to provide services to our community, you know what I'm saying, in ways that's affordable, that's free, you know, the whole 9 yards. So you are part of the movement when you give. You know what I'm saying? So just wanted to point that out as well, man. Hey, I'm good. Plate is full tonight.
Absolutely. I'm fired up, man. So I'm gonna take this energy, you know, with me, you know, tomorrow going forward. And hey, let's go. Let's keep pushing. Let's keep building, family. Let's take this energy, man, wherever you are, whatever space you are in, and activate and intensify, because hey, it matters. It counts. It influences and impacts, you know, people around us. They see the example. They feel the example. Our children feel our example when we are progressing, when we are moving forward, when we speak in power, you know, in the room, when we set an expectation where we go, you know, it means a lot. And guess what? Hey, future generations are going to be affected by it, man. So let's go.
Right. And we ain't worried about views. This is what I know. If 5 people tell 100 people, that's 500 people.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? If 500 people tell 500 more, we rocking with 50,000 people and more. So let's go. Let's move. Let's move. You know what I'm saying? Let's move. Let's fight the algorithm. We out of here, y'all. Peace.